I embody the body of God, so for y'all that detest religion, this is scripture from a stand-up brother that's Kaepernicking. Presidential towels, knowing with this flow I could have rapped for Nixon. I told Malcolm Little that I had to get it. By any means, I'm Rodney King with Martin's dream, sonny, listen. Punchlines could have found Muhammad from sunny listings. My stratosphere looking Freddie gray hair like the scalp of Regis. They rained on our wheel of fortune till we felt drops from the ceiling. But this panda been Bobby Sillin, oh silly me. Reporting what's in these streets. Cause they gon' crucify me once I cross to this industry and then hang me there. With both my hands to the sky, cause Lord knows it's boom, bye-bye from any piglet if your pigment like mine. Jesus Christ, Christopher Wallace and I, we all alike, cause with all this faith around us, we was born ready to die. See, we've been facing gentrification since the era of Ronald Reagan. Bringing the whites to take out the blacks. Turn our fully functioning homes to a crack house. Yeah, the game done pissed on us. The jury sent our Uncle Jerry to that stacked house where they turn our pappies into pappy masons to sustain us better. So we passed the place and playing Mason Becker. Cause suppression mixed with oppression to pull a Malcolm out of a Gandhi and turn the speechless queen of Nikki Giovanni. See, silence is found on the opposite side of the spectrum provided for options. See, I'ma vocalize our pain and our truth on top of the podiums where they vocals lie about us like life expectancy is minimized. Reality found in our shade was made to be villainized. But for you and I pray to John, despite the plan for our genocide, I strive to be multiplied by moving forward with precision. I pray we stay uniform and unified with division, because division's been the black man's play.
Y'all give it up one time, Oswin Benjamin. My name is Ebro Darden. I work at Hot 97 every morning. I also am the global head of hip hop and R&B for Apple Music. All of our panelists come up, have a seat. Everybody has on their Reform shoes, courtesy of Puma. All the proceeds from these shoes go to the Reform program, Reform Faster, inspired by the courage of those who risk everything to stand for what they believe in. Let's start with Frederick Joseph.
My name is Fred Joseph, and I'm a marketer and I'm a writer. I create campaigns that focus on helping marginalized communities. And one of those campaigns last year was called the Black Panther Challenge. We raised nearly $1 million to take 75,000 children to see the Black Panther for free.
Hey, what's up? My name is Quiana. I'm a DJ and an artist and also a cancer survivor. Shout out to I run a project called DJ for a Cure, and we raise awareness for blood cancer, and especially in the Black community.
Capo, Jim Jones is taking time out of his busy schedule.
My name is Jim Jones. Born and raised out of Harlem. When it comes to Harlem, I'm very active. I'm currently on the board of Picture the Homeless. Dedicates everything to the homeless right now.
Also, my brother Lil Key, introduce yourself and everything that you're doing.
How y'all doing? Lil Key from New Jersey. Work alongside Ebro at Apple Music. Also co-founder and co-host of 2 black businesses, Trap Karaoke and Crusade Palooza.
Once again, the shoes we are rocking, these reforms, 100% of the proceeds are going to those the courageous ones who risk everything to stand for what they believe in. Jim, I want to start with you because thinking about how you're reforming, not only with your son, your family, your mom, like everything that you're doing, because you are somebody that made it out.
Reform is a touchy thing because you do the crime, so it's a consequence for everything you do, and then it's feel like it's over consequence.
The best reform we can have is as black men, as young black men, is to stay our ass out of jail. That is the best reform.
Frederick, you work with a lot of youth. Talk about your interactions with the youth, not only around taking them to see this movie and how it may have changed their outlook, but things that you think can be reformed in our communities, right, to impact youth.
People often equate the things that people need with inherently just being housing and food and things like that. And these are real needs in our community, but a life lived without joy isn't a life lived. Black and brown kids deserve that, so I'm trying to give black and brown kids that experience. And I'm like, so I'm gonna interject myself and try to bring some joy. I'm gonna try to bring experiences, because if you don't have that, you're gonna again live a life that wasn't worth living, and you're gonna grow old and be bitter and angry and not realizing that's why a lot of us are the way that we are at times, because we just surviving, we not living.
Quiana, beating cancer. Talk about your discoveries and just where you are in that trajectory and dealing with cancer as a woman, as a black woman. Is there something that you could share with all of us here that you learned about your body?
Just be aware of what you put in your body, what you put on your body, because in our community, like I'm from Patterson, New Jersey, And I mean, there's a liquor store, there's a drugstore, there's a bodega on every corner, but a health food store cannot survive. Like, they've tried it several times. This does not work. But health and taking care of your body, what you eat, what you intake, if you don't know where it came from, I don't eat it.
Low-key, I saw your ascension into, the businesses and the successes of you and your friends took control of how you guys wanted to socialize.
Right.
When did you realize that, wow, our desire to want to gather, have love, and be with our friends has really become our business?
Even with trap karaoke, like, we're unapologetically black. We're taking music from the trap era and bringing it around the world. Like, we want people to understand that trap music ain't bad. The celebration of black music ain't bad. The black dollar is beautiful. Y'all want what we got. Y'all need what we got. And it's not gonna die anytime soon, because there's a million other companies that look just like us, that are gonna be better than us in 10 years, that are coming right for that dollar. So you better get used to all these black motherfuckers on this stage, all these beautiful black women making their own businesses, because it ain't stopping no time soon.
As we sit and talk about reform too, I find a lot of us forget we live in a capitalist country where it is about the money. It's always about the money. And people who don't have money are the ones that usually get taken advantage of. And then you have race factors, right? And other factors that play into those that get capitalized upon. And we're living in a time right now where it's become, prison reform has become a mainstream topic, right? Shout to all of the activists that have been working on it for their lives. But also shout to the more mainstream folks like Meek Mill and Hove that, have created this moment right here in the hashtag reform. And Puma also, as amazing as it is that they're taking advantage of this, or Nike investing in Cap or whatever that is, it's happening because of us, right? The collective noise of us. So when we talk about reform, and I want to go down the panel here, in your minds, what is it going to take for us to stay diligent? Maybe you could articulate ways that you're going to hold politicians and people accountable, and what reform actually looks like to you.
For me, I never mistake, a movie or a television show or something like that for actual change in our community. People don't know this, but we actually got them to donate $1 million to Boys and Girls Clubs around the country. So that $1 million that we raised ended up going to kids, and then they gave another $1 million on top of that. But I think a lot of times what happens in the community is a lot of us aren't used to having anything, so the lights and the glitz and the glam get to people, right? If somebody's offering you something and they've never been in your community before, you probably can get triple. Simple as that. And I think that as black people, we need to keep that in mind always, eye on the prize. And the prize is moving our community forward. And that's how we need to move.
There needs to be action behind it, and not just on social media. Social media is amazing, but people need to talk, be about the life, be that man in the mirror, be about that life that you're really talking about. There has to be action.
We missing a whole lot of values. We missing a lot of awareness, financial awareness, physical awareness.
Who's going to take the initiative to really talk to these youngins and tell them there's a problem way before reform? I don't want to have to talk to you about reform. I want to know that you're telling me, I'm about to go to college. That's what I want to hear.
What I hear you saying is, are we reforming ourselves?
We gotta have these conversations, like mental health, financial literacy, physical, all that shit. It just don't start with, prison reform or everything.
The runaways and the German shepherds to sycamore. Blood on the leaves, niggas hang from a sycamore. Oh, black man, oh, jigaboo. Why you can't be monogamous? Why can't you stay in school? Why you don't have the savings? Why you buy tennis shoes? Why you buy pistol before a shoot for an interview? See, Uncle Sam said I wouldn't make it to 22, specializing in lies, turn the songs of life to an interlude, but we done suffered years of profanity, generational curse. Parents for lack of knowledge can't elevate in a hearse. Hence the reason our history's drowning in propaganda. Everyone's apprehensive to go and search for the answers. We ain't got them, Sway. But we could go to praise and go see strippers bi-weekly to give it all away. I pray to God today. It's getting crazy, ain't it? To be a black man in a world that's fully been automated. See, I'm trying to educate my people and bring it back to basics. Read the scripture, expand your mind, but through the turn of pages, see, oh, black man, oh, jigaboo. That same disease that's infected me has infected you. Why you rely on a system that won't do shit for you? Why you allowing these GMOs to get into you? Endorse the China man, you know that chicken ain't really full. And now with needles with vaccinations to kill a youth, I speak my truth. And I grant you permission for my assassination. See, my demise is my emancipation. I die every day for my freedom. Freedom from envy, free from moments I'm poverty stricken. Freedom from labels that I wore through the y'all people's opinions. They misconstrue my passion for gimmicks. Calibrating my mind, see my vision through different lenses. Look, apply yourself to supply your wealth. And expand your mind without you relying on no one else. Godspeed.
What's going on? My name is Frederick Joseph, and I want to give a shout out to Jimmy Jazz, Puma, and of course the Apollo for having us here today for the Clyde Court reform conversation, an important conversation, Black History Month. Let's get it.
Big shout out to Jimmy Jazz, big shout out to Puma on all the efforts on the reform, on the prison reform, on reform period.
One time for Jimmy Jazz, one time for Puma Clyde Court reform. We had a great conversation about just, getting back to the community, having these conversations, making sure everybody understands the task at hand. Big shouts to Ebro, Fred, Quiana Parks, Jim Jones. We need more reforms and more panels like this. Thank you for Jimmy Jazz supplying that platform. Thank you for Puma for supplying that platform. Hashtag reform. And I hope this is not the last of many conversations that we need to have because reform needs to happen right now.
What's going on, y'all? My name is Oswald Benjamin. I just want to give a shout out to Jimmy Jazz and Puma for having me here at the Apollo Theater, legendary Apollo Theater. You know what I'm saying? Part of the Clyde Court reform. I love you, y'all be chefing these streets.
What's up? My name is Quiana Parks. Thank you so much to Jimmy Jazz and Puma for having me be a part of this reform panel. It's great to be a part of the conversation, and it's very much necessary. So thank you guys for making this happen.
To Jimmy Jazz, shout to Puma, the hashtag reform, and everybody getting involved in prison reform and any other reform, whether it's reform in health, whether it's reform in your community. That's what we was talking about today. Shout to all the panelists and pick up that reform shoe. All proceeds go to organizations out here actually putting it up and making the change.